Friday night pizza's hot, dice are rolled, the DM's plot, whisper secrets dark and deep, characters we all must keep. Fighter bold and rogue souls fly, wizard spells light up the sky, cleric prays for healing touch, but oh the bard he fumbles much. Lute in hand with voice of gold, tried to charm the dragon bold, rolled a one and that one low, tripped and fell right on his toe. Fighter blows the rogue retreats, wizard faints, the cleric weeps, dragon roars with laughter deep, the bard he cries a lonely sleep. Next week comes a chance to shine, redeem myself this time divine, roll the 20, voices cheer, critical hit, banish fear. I just smile, the rogue high fives, wizard claps, the cleric flies, dragon slain with treasure vast, the bard a hero built to last, built to last, built to last. Fighter smiles, the rogue high fives, wizard claps, the cleric thrives, dragon slain with treasure vast, the bard a hero built to last. Built to last. Built to last.
And we are live, everybody. Welcome back once again to another game of Castles and Crusades, everybody. And we have a new member that will be joining us on our adventure today. Say hi, Witch King.
Hello, Witch King.
Okay, you're all gonna be smartasses with that now. All right.
I mean, he's not exactly a new member, more like an old new member that's come to
Yes,
join us.
an old new member who was with you previously in another part of the world, but now is playing another character who's...
So to catch up Witch
Yeah.
King, it is currently the day of the. So to catch Witch King up of where this falls, last session was the day before Azramir, Shadowwolf, and Rubble made it to Reisendorf to try and find the map to find the mysterious hidden keep of two famous people of the land that has been missing for years, and no one has even found their bodies or remains. Now it is the next day, and this is the day that Rubble, Shadowwolf, and Azramir got into a bar fight. We're only a few hours from that. Yeah. this is when
a few days time we're waiting to go.
And Vareth fell asleep, got in bed with a half-orc.
Yeah. So to catch you up, Witch King, a little bit, Mirrodin, after many failed attempts, did manage to serenade an entire tavern, or at least 35 people out of the tavern. Vareth, which is Chris's character, wooed a very good-looking half-orc, and Orm accidentally killed someone who was actually a fan of Mirrodin, loved his singing, and that was the last thing he saw just before his foot exploded.
How did Tobey feel about the half-orc stuff?
Tobey was not present.
Oh, I thought he was.
No,
No.
he did not make it. Unfortunately, he's we can't mention this on stream, so I'll tell you about it later. But he's
Okay.
actually he's back to 5 hours behind us again, or 3 hours behind us. So 3 to 5 hours.
Okay.
So yeah. So anyway, hello everybody. My name is Tabletop Junkie. We are back with our one-shot adventure, the Gnome Caravan. And we are going to introduce some of the characters real quick. I'm going to introduce my character. I am playing Orm Lightfoot, a 2nd level elf druid who accidentally killed someone the night before in a bar. I know that sounds like a horrible story, or a horrible story gone wrong. So have your pick on that one, folks. And then we are going to introduce ArcherColin. State your name and character, sir.
Hi, I'm ArcherColin, and I'm playing Mirrodin Taliesin, the Elven Bard, who is currently still mortified and embarrassed at the fact that an Elven Druid can be that bad with a bow. That's why we call it one shot. He took one shot and he killed him.
If you need to, Colin, try resetting your internet because I think you're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's, I'm not sure that's going to make any difference. I'm watching it. It seems.
Just reset the Discord. I mean, it worked last night for us. We actually had issues at Discord last night, so I had to have Chris and a few people.
Okay,
you and I had to do it.
It doesn't even.
Actually, I'll tell you what. In that case, what I might do.
What'd you say?
It
I'm.
doesn't even show that he's in the Foundry server.
I'm seeing him.
I've seen him.
I know. I'm just saying on my end, I don't see him in the Foundry server.
Okay. Well,
I'll tell you what I might do.
I see. I see tables icon. I see my icon, and I see Witch Kings, but I don't see.
Okay.
Colin's.
But that's not going to affect the audio. The audio goes through Discord. So all I was saying is may just need to reset that. But anyway, well, let's just keep going. All right. So yep. That was Meriden and Colin and. Yes, I will go back to the map. Just give me a second. Boy, my players are so viciously rough right now. And then we are... Alright, so the next one is Sparta Chris. Introduce yourself and your character.
I'm Spartacus, and I am playing Verith Magnan, the barbarian half-elf, who had a nice night with a lovely or attractive half-orc.
Yeah, she's going to be
That's
part of
a
the world
first.
now. Yeah, so she actually has a 13 charisma, and I think I set a 10 wisdom. So since I already got like 2 of her stats, I'm going to make her a prominent NPC. So she's a thing now. I just don't know what else I'm going to make her. And then we are going to add in this character right here. We're going to push him up here a little bit. And Witch King, tell us about your character.
How shall I go into this? Okay, let's see. Frost Song was a prince of a barbarian kingdom with his dad named King Albrecht. And whereas his father was very much of the strike them down fast, worship gore, and let the gods sort out the victims kind of mentality. Frostsong, although he is of barbarian descent, he has fully adapted to southern attitudes and culture. And not to mention that, despite him following gore as a god, he does not follow an aspect of gore that most people in the South believe in. He follows a more merciful, just like Athena type figure of like wise warrior versus the battle hardened bastard of a warrior that gore typically seem to be, but that's not all he is.
So less Ares, more Athena.
Yes, essentially yes.
So in this case, less like he follows gore, but less gore, more. Give me 1 second. I actually have a deity for this. Exactly.
Oh, is there a god for that? Oh, I didn't know.
Well,
Uh-huh.
if he's a god for that, do you want him to change to that god?
No, 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 no. He can stay with Gore. He can follow. He
Okay,
can follow.
cool.
He can follow multiple deities because we are in a polytheistic world where the acknowledgement of multiple deities do exist. Why do they? Okay, so if you know that there's evidence of all these such deities existing, why doesn't everyone just worship everyone? Well, that just goes along saying you also have to look at how they are depicted. Morg, who is the creation, the god of creation, and the creation of the world of Paramoor, is depicted as a dwarf. So you can acknowledge his existence, but you don't acknowledge him as. Should he be the leader of the god? No, you're acknowledging the deity you have strong feelings for. Now, you may have strong feelings for Gore because he's the god of war, and for most soldiers, savages, and half-orcs, he's depicted as an orc warrior with a greatsword, but basically, that's who your people follow. They're like,
Yeah.
he will, they're all pretty sure that one day they're going to be at the head of the table. Every race believes in that. And then, so there is a god that's like Athena. It is called, her name is Goldolin, who is the goddess of romance and art, who's depicted as a gnome. And she has taken...
Is it
What?
Okay. I was
she
going
has
to say, is it possible... Oh, sorry. I'll go first.
You go first, and then...
Okay,
Oh,
sorry,
there we
sorry.
go.
Is it possible to have a syncretic mixture of Goldolin and Gore?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Well, isn't Goldolin in a three-way relationship anyway?
So Goldolin is the daughter of Fenron, who was once the wolf spirit of the spirit realm. Goldolin is also known as the half-sister of Crichton. Goldolin spent her days studying romance and art and eventually found a way for romance to become art. She has studied art and everything which way before her so-called ascension, or however she came into existence. It is said that Goldolin ascended into the higher realms when Crichton attacked her as he was jealous of her beauty and art. So Crichton was essentially a good, beautiful person, but Goldolin rivaled his own beauty and his own art, and they tried to share that title. And there was just no way of that happening, so he attempted to kill her. Goldolin is depicted as a gnome, even though she is the daughter of a wolf. Her pictures are a gnome that wears a white gown to signify purity
You cut
of
out
romance.
for me. You
Oh,
cut out for me.
Yeah,
Their
we
tabletop.
lost like a 2 or 3 seconds.
Okay. All I was saying is, so Goldolin is depicted as a gnome, even though she's the daughter of a spirit wolf. She is a gnome that wears a white gown to signify purity of romance and beauty. She wields a glaive, and she protects the realms from her brother. And her brother is actually depicted as not a gnome either. He is depicted as a full-fledged demon
Oh, lovely.
with a mangled body. He transcends that. So the deity's depiction does not reflect any racial lineage specifically. One, we're not going to even have anything on that. The depictions could be false, but we'll never know that, and I'm never going to release that information.
So is it possible to even see the gods, like to get a vision of them, or is it just colored by your own cultural perspective in the world of Paramoor?
I'm not going to answer that either. That's a secret.
Okay. I
That's a
just
secret.
I just thought it'd be
actually
interesting.
secret. That's a secret.
I just thought it'd be interesting if like the gods do appear to people, but it's colored by the people's perception of who they are as a person, and therefore the gods are different for everyone.
Well, yes, but if I release that secret, then it's no longer a secret of it. It doesn't make the mind wander.
Okay.
I like wandering minds. All right, to answer everyone's question, Goldolin is the respective lover of both Tessara and Solana, and has shared many romantic events with them, both separately and together. And yes, that means they've had a 3-way. And to just finish this off, Tessara, we should all know who that person is, because I believe she's the goddess of dreams and traveling, depicted as an elf. And Solana is actually the goddess of redemption and healing, and she's depicted as an as an angel, something that no one has seen on this planet. Now the
We've heard
depiction.
of that.
Now supposedly the depictions in myth and lore and in theory of this world, these depictions are derived from their descriptions of so-called evidence that they found in manuscripts, cave painting walls, virtually anything. So that is where we're at with the religion behind Paramoor.
So there was a Stone Age in this world?
There was an age in this world. Okay, let me put it to you this way. There was a Stone Age in this world. There was actually 6,000 to 8,000 years worth of primitive use.
My great grandmother remembers that.
Yes. There was a time that, remember, Aberdeen had only a handful of different races that belonged to it. The one that doesn't belong to it is the human race. They came from a distant land from somewhere. And a little bit of spoiler alert. If we get time, I will actually, once, the reason why we were taking the hiatus, and I'm going to release this to the audience now, and for anyone who's viewing this, the reason why I'm taking the hiatus is to try to finish this up so I can do something for the Zero Age, for the 6,000 to 8,000 years, and to show everyone where the humans really came from and why they came to this land. There's actually a reason for it, which can...
From a forbidden continent to the far north of the world.
Actually, yes.
Oh my god. I'm
Yes.
sorry. I didn't even spoil it.
I never told you that. You totally guessed that. You hit the nail on the head with that one exactly. It will be a...
I just was like, oh, that's what from Moore in Skyrim. That's where the humans come from. Why not just say that?
No. Well, you know what? Some of my ideas do come from the Elder Scrolls. Yes, I played them. No, I have not played them religiously like everybody else. For some reason, ever since they came out with a new version with just a little bit enhanced graphics for Skyrim, someone's buying a copy and is playing it all over again. I do not get that.
I've only played it on, I think, PS3 and PC. That's it. That's all I've played it on.
Right. So anyway, back to what I was saying. So
Yes,
we will be doing something with that. I'm gonna put you off right over here, which came. Well, no, actually, right here. I'm gonna put your character right there, so everyone can see it. So we will be doing something with that. There's still more to the world, much more. We're not even done yet. I am just trying to fill out one portion of it so I can move on to another portion of it, and we will be playing a little bit in the Zero Age as well. And then we can see why the humans traveled to Aberdeen. Because remember, they migrated here. There was humans here. They were part of barbarian tribes, mostly females. The lady of Kakistos is literally, she was a female chieftain. Why was she a female chieftain? I'm not going to tell you guys that because that's a whole separate story that we will eventually get into later. So, but hey, it worked out because you know what, the king that traveled over here, the king that actually traveled over here was actually male. So it only made sense that someone had to be a female because two males can't make a baby. So
I mean, with magic, it is possible with magic.
Only two females can.
You could have always gone the direction of the Greek mythology, which is they had two hermaphrodites.
Yeah, that could work too.
We'll press on to more of that later, on. But no,
Okay.
I'm not doing that either. Anyway, so
looking down that list
for you, Witch King, to believe in both deities at once and to try to follow both because one is one you raise by, the other is the one you swear by.
Yeah,
that is completely reasonable for your character.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, everybody. We kind of went on a 20-minute long spiel about this is good information. Get in on it because here's a little bit of background information about why in a polytheistic world, we know there's more than one God. There's proven there's more than one God, but for some reason we're only, each person only follows one particular one, but you can become
to anyone wondering if this is how role-playing works in real life, this is how it works. digressions, infinite digressions, and then the game, and then digressions again, and then the game, and then digressions all the time.
Yes.
Infinite-
Like that's how most groups work. Not like Critical Role.
I'm trying to remember, but in Roman mythology, didn't they like combine aspects? They have like the primary, like Mars, Jupiter, whatnot, but they also sometimes combined aspects of other gods into the primary.
Well, yeah, they did that with like the mystery cults and all the various
Yeah.
groups.
Okay. I have to break this conversation away because you will find out in the future that I did the same thing. I'm releasing all my secrets on a one-shot campaign. One shot. We'll cover this in the main one.
I'm just saying, couldn't Witch King's character possibly come from a culture like that?
Generally, that's what the reason why he fled was because he was not part of a culture like that.
Okay. Yeah.
When I was looking up,
Well, he didn't flee so much as he was chosen by a roving cleric to like become a cleric of Goldolin. Of course, the cleric probably wasn't counted.
Right. Well, it might be very like your family might disown you because they believe in gore. Now, is Goldolin and Gore are they mortal enemies?
That's a good question. Is Goldolin Gore? That is a really interesting idea.
Well, here's the thing. Hey, Brady. Nice to see you too, sir. Just saying. I may have to mute myself for a minute. Hang on, guys.
Okay.
I hope you enjoyed the stream. We haven't gotten too much into it. We're just getting a little bit into my buddies, Witch King's Frost Song's backstory a little bit. Okay, so to answer the question, so I do have both Gore and Golden up here because I made whole sheets for these people. Like I literally sat down and made whole sheets. I don't know why, because I wanted it fleshed out. Gore has no personal. So Gore himself does not have any personal relationship with any deity outside of his main title being the God of War. So he doesn't hate nobody. He just doesn't care because he's the God of War. He is chaotic neutral, which means to follow alignment axis, which I will probably do another stream on that. He is chaotic neutral, which just means he is okay with breaking laws of the land, but he's not doing it out of striking down evil or protecting good. There's a reason for it. Goldolin is neutral good. So with that being said, they could. Let me see if that even works. It's not like it's hard to explain. They just don't really cross each other's path a whole lot. See, chaotic.
Can I be chaotic good and worship Goldolin?
Yes, because Goldolin is neutral good, and one is chaotic neutral. Which, I guess that doesn't work out. But you can still do both.
Okay, cool.
Are you chaotic neutral or are you like what are?
I'm chaotic good.
Okay.
I'm not chaotic neutral. Chaotic good. Yeah.
Oh, chaotic good works good. It's on the alignment axis. So what we do is we follow a chart, and you can be as long as you are in a neighboring, like the deity. You may be in favor of a deity as long as you're in their neighboring axis. So for instance, Witch King, you are chaotic good, right? All right. Mm-hmm. Well, Goldolin is neutral good, while Gore is chaotic neutral. So you are actually neighboring to both neutral good and chaotic neutral on the axis chart.
Cool.
I'm looking down those ones. Goldolin would actually fit for a deity.
They may not have issues going on directly, but they may have issues going on if they cross each other's path. Like Gore will go after Goldlin if Goldlin crosses him, but I don't see why a goddess of romance and art would go after the god of war unless she's protecting her own people.
Yeah.
You know, so from someone who's maybe doing something with malicious intent, it's very hard to explain. So those deities almost never act. They never interact with each other. So
Whereas in my case, I noticed Godolin is deity of artists and poets, which is quite appropriate for bard. But then Tassara is the goddess of elves and travellers, which is also appropriate for the bard. So
It depends on what
this
type
is
of bard you are.
this is why.
Yeah.
Back to that. All right.
No, get it. Because
right.
the reason bards are not actually mentioned as a worship of any particular deity, but they both would fit, which is good.
Right. So anyway, moving on. We begin the adventure. We ended the adventure yesterday with you guys. It was early in the morning. You guys just set out guarding your Gnome Caravan, and you guys now it's becoming sundown. They're getting ready to make camp as you guys are crossing into the road, and you're coming across a very dirty looking human, I would say. Do you have any armor, Witch King, or no?
I haven't purchased it yet.
Ah,
I was trying to tell you that I need to finish my character, so probably like run that with the game with them, and then I'll pop in my character's finished. That's okay.
yeah, we'll do.
Okay.
Give me.
If it doesn't work, just let me know.
Well, I was just trying to introduce you in there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No. Let me check something out here for you, because clerics can't really have too much armor.
It can't. I'm not thinking of any armor.
No. That's druids. I'm sorry. So it looks like they can have any
okay.
armor. So go ahead and pop on whatever you want and just subtract it out. We're gonna just say, for now, we'll just let me know when you're finished, and then I'll pop your character in.
Okay.
Meanwhile, let's get some role playing in on this, okay? All right. So you guys are getting ready to. You think you see someone. And I'm not going to make you guys roll for it, unless that person wants to roll a stealth check. So anyway, you guys think you see someone crossing the field?
Elves?
Into the night? No, not elves. And
No, I said elves. We said about seeing elves.
no, oh yeah. Oh yeah, we're all elves. That's right. So two elves and a half elf. Meanwhile, Vareth is leading the charge, and one of the gnomes comes out and says, Vareth, I think it's time that we make camp. Can you scout around and make sure we're secure?
Yeah, sure, we'll do.
Give me a wisdom check, sir.
7.
You see nothing. It looks very secure to you. You don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
Okay.
All right.
All good.
They begin circling, so they've been coming off into the field. They circle the wagons around into a circle, and in the middle of the circle, they begin. The gnomes are working together to make a campfire. Meanwhile, what would everyone else be doing? Let's start with Vareth. Do you know what you'd be doing at this time?
Probably sharpening my sword or munching down on whatever food the gnomes are offering.
All right. And Murden, what are you doing at this point?
Probably keeping a little bit of an eye out still, because we are on the we are supposed to be going. But I may well be sitting down. I may well actually be sort of tuning the instruments, making sure it's not lost any tuning the loop, make sure it's not lost any tune on the journey.
You're going to give me 3 rolls right now. The first one is going to be a wisdom check for seeing or hearing anything. Deal with it.
Yeah, and yeah, I know. I noticed that. What? Because thing is,
Deal with it. You're
It's-
also an
it's-
elf,
I-
so you're also an elf, so you get a +2. And I think elves also automatically get a +2 to listening. So
I was
you're
going to
trying
say, yeah, I mean,
So I'm going to give you a +4 to listening. So that's how we're going to... Oh, wait, it's right here. You can just do listening.
I was going to say, yeah, I mean,
Yep.
yeah, it's fine. I can roll on and listen to that.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah.
Go ahead, roll
I
it
was, yeah, it's
listening.
fine. Oh, geez, hold on a second.
What the fuck did you get? Like a 1?
Uh,
Yes!
Yes, it must be one, mustn't it? It must have been a...
Yeah, because
it
all your
must have been a one.
modifiers... Yeah, because all your modifiers only come out to 5 because it's 2... It's plus
Yeah,
2,
it was a 1.
2,
Yeah.
plus 2, plus 2, minus 1, which is 5, and then you got a 6. It's like, oh, wow, it's a 1. You definitely hear nothing at all. You don't even...
I'm listening.
you don't
I'm
even hear-
talking.
You don't even hear the gnomes sneaking up behind you, trying to laughing at you. Don't even notice that they're there. Yeah, I wasn't gonna.
A
do that. I
laughing
was
gnome.
Still ripping.
Do I need to get
What do you guys
resources, or can I just hop into the game without them?
You can pop in the game without them, and if you need any form of resource, just let me know, or just take it out yourself.
Okay, I will. So I appear somewhere in the
Hang
vicinity.
on, I will get
This
there.
by
I will get
magic.
there. Yeah.
That'd be
All right.
hilarious. What
Well-
would happen is he would pop up right in the middle of the camp. My character would jump up and just hack off his head and says, "Okay, are we good? Are we good?
So
Well, looks like we got food. At least we got meat tonight."
So you are so in tune. You don't notice anything going on around you.
Yeah.
You are focusing on making sure that your lyre is definitely well in tune. Because of the failure, I'm gonna give you a +2 bonus to making me a charisma roll to how well you're performing this song.
Oh, okay.
For failing the listen check, I'm going to give you a bonus for this part because you're so focused on making
So
sure that is still good. And you're going to sing everyone a song right now.
Okay. Yeah, it's just straight. It's not. Presumably, it's not exalt because exalt's a specific thing, isn't it? So just straight charisma. Yeah.
Yep. There you go.
Okay.
Charisma
Okay, so-
and yep. Well, hang on. Wait a minute. Let me make sure it's not straight charisma. Oh, it is.
Also, yeah, because charisma. Because I say the only specific skill there is exalt, which I say which is not appropriate here.
Right, but don't forget that you roll a d20, add your charisma modifier, your level, and then add another +2. You can't fail.
You want to bet?
Oh my god! You can't fail.
Hold on. That is
Well,
I get an extra 2 on that, which takes it up to 8 because that's I think the plus you gave me, but no.
Wow, 2, 8.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what the hell you were. I'm not sure what the hell you were focused on, but clearly, even with that bonus, you still failed. You snapped all your strings on your lyre.
Oh, jeez, not again.
And it's not just one string. You strung your hand on it and snapped everything.
That's probably buggered the lyre then.
Maybe. Go ahead and give me an intelligence roll to see if you can fix it.
That's okay.
Okay, intelligence is prime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna take probably like 30-40 minutes out of your night, and that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna fix that.
Yeah. I mean, I'm going to be carrying spare things, but that's now getting the point. Okay, I've now got to buy some spare strings, or possibly another loot.
Are you running low on spare strings?
I don't know. I'm just thinking. I don't know. I mean, I'm thinking if I busted really
you snapped all the strings so far in half. You need new strings, but I would say you're probably carrying some new strings on you.
Yeah.
Strings
I'm
like
just
that
thinking
are so disposable. They only have one job, unless you want to gout someone out. But we won't talk about that. Piano string from movies. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. Next is Orm. Is Frostsong is Frostsong approaching stealthily, or is he just approaching?
I mean, Would it look suspicious if he was approaching stealthily, or what are the conditions of where I am?
Well, right now it is a nice clear night. It is the sun has gone down, so it is at least a few degrees colder than it should be.
Okay, then I am going to approach carefully, but not stealthily, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah, that's different. That's a lot.
Yeah, I don't want to scare them and
I just
try
want
to
to let
have
you
them
guys
attack
know
me.
it is currently 21. It is currently 21 degrees outside.
So still pretty chilly.
Yeah. Well, it's nighttime. It's only the night of the first day of spring. We're going into the second day of spring now.
Well,
Jesus,
So-
this is spring in this part of the world. I can't imagine how cold it gets in
And
the uttermost north. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll get there. We'll
Well-
get there.
I was
Oh, yes. 21. And as you're
You'll sort of-
approaching, you see this guy with no pants. A little bit of something he's wearing, kind of like a gown that goes down just past his butt, so that way he's not revealing anything. And he pulls out an arrow and aims it right at you, and he says, "Nate, state your name and business here, sir."
Don't worry. As you can see, he pulls out his holy symbol. I'm just a humble cleric of Goldalin. And as you can see him in the firelight, you can see he looks pretty fucking massive. Like, he's like really muscular, and he has long black hair, really tall, like taller than most of you, if not all of you. He's 6'5". And he basically, you can see glinting off of his skin in firelight, you see the images of like the equivalent to Celtic knotwork tattoos all over his skin.
Okay. I like it. Give me 1 second here, because
What race is
because Orm is too a worshiper of a deity, and they may have a relationship together.
Okay.
They do not even close. So there's no ill will towards each of you. So we can act appropriately. My name is Orm Lightfoot. I am also a worshiper of High. Welcome, sir. However, this caravan is not ours. We are just simply protecting it from the wilds of the land. And suddenly, everyone hears Orm talking, and some gnomes come out and says, "Well, state your name and business. What is your name?" Let's start with that.
Me or the gnomes?
Yours.
Oh,
The gnome.
my name is okay. My name is Frostsong, son of Albrecht, the king of the uttermost north.
Never heard of you, but Frostsong, are you here to try and steal from us? As you can see, you're outnumbered. There's many of us. There's many of us gnomes, and I have leased the service of 3 elves. So what brings
3
you to
elves? He looks around. Are there 3 elves, or are there 2 half elves and an elf?
There's 2 elves and 1 half elf, but I imagine you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference between an elf and a half elf right away.
If it was daytime, probably, but not right now. Yeah.
Yeah, or at least unless they tell you. It's
Yeah.
So they tell you, and they know that one of them is a half elf, so they're kind of fibbing. Let me get a charisma check on this.
Okay.
what race is Frostsong?
He's a human.
Human. Okay. You're tall human. You're taller than I am.
Yes, he's very tall.
Yeah,
He's a barbarian, remember?
Oh right.
Well, he's a cleric, but he's from a barbarian land.
Mm.
And his dad is like 7 foot tall, so he's a
Wow.
whelp to his dad.
So they're merchants, so they would have to have a pretty decent charisma. So I'm gonna say they are, like, you believe them. Like, they got 3 elves.
Well, I I try to stray away from stealing from people who don't deserve it, which you don't look like people who deserve it, especially with the state of your caravan. So I can stay here if you'll allow me. I won't steal, I promise.
Give me, kind sir.
Oh no, do I have to roll charisma?
I don't know. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Goody.
Charisma.
Damn it. This is why I should have taken charisma as my prime.
And everyone thought this adventure would be all about hacking and slashing, and no, there's a lot of role playing for this one.
I do not succeed at all. I got a 5 plus, or a 4 plus 3 is 7.
The gnomes begin delegating. Orm's not really sure. Orm's not really sure what to think of you, but he is going to at least put his arrows down because no one's really attacked anybody yet. So
He probably seems really awkward for what looks like a barbarian.
If we're hearing this, have I ever heard...
actually?
Oh no, we're not. Okay.
Murden is so in tune with trying to fix his lyre.
No, that's okay. So I thought you said with the heads, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
The only two people of this party that I'm allowing to be in it will be Orm and Vareth, because you are just. You got to walk.
Okay, no, that's fine. No, it's just you said we'd all heard this, but I thought, okay, that's fine. That's fine. My reactions can wait till later. We'll wait till later.
No, they probably poked at you and said, "Hey, we need you out here." You're not moving. You didn't even notice them. You're freaking out because your lyre broke.
The
gnome comes back and he says, "Do you need? Are you in need of any services or like lending services for coin?"
Not so far. But I'd appreciate any hints to where I can find people who can do that in the vicinity, because
we
I'm
are
pretty new to these parts.
We are on our way to Calandra, and we could use a holy person if you are truly a worshiper of Goldolin.
Of course. You can trust me. I am a holy person and the man of...
The pay is going to be 1 gold piece a day that we survive and that you stay with us. 1 gold piece a day, and then anyone that you have to kill to defend us, 5 gold pieces for the battle.
I see.
And we got 3 locations: Calandra, Redwood, and Evermore. We're heading straight to the capital, but we're making some stops along the way. Every stop that we make, you earn an additional 5 gold pieces for making it there with us.
I see. Well, count me in.
All right. Just no funny business. All right.
Why, have you encountered anything of that
Or
sort?
else your head shorter.
Well, okay. So, in High Forge, on the first day of spring, before the first day of spring, probably even about a week. It's hard to say. I haven't really depicted this, but before the first day of spring, and on the eve of it, every merchant, these people are packing a lot of goods. There's 5 carts. 1 cart is used for bedding for the gnomes, while the other 4 carts houses their merchants, such as food, merchandise, stuff that they can sell, plus food for themselves. So what they do is they go from town to town until they make it to Evermore, and basically sell their goods there. But they gather in High Forge, make whatever money they can there before the first day of spring, and on the first day of spring, they branch out and begin trade throughout the continent, or at least in this region. So merchants being attacked or being stealthily attacked is actually not unheard of. Or people trying to say, "We'll offer your services," and then stab and then slit their throats in their sleep. It is definitely not unheard of. And I would say you would probably know this as common knowledge. I'm not going to make you roll for it. Unless you don't think your character would know it.
I mean, he probably doesn't know this because he's only just arrived here. Like,
All right.
He's
let's,
from
let's-
far away.
Give me. Let me see if you can at least have gathered
He
the
spent
information.
some time here in his training, but that was mostly further north than here. Like, it was in a more civilized portion of the uttermost north that he studied most.
You're from far, far away. Do you know Shrek?
Oh my god. Give me a charisma
What
check.
is this Shrek you speak of?
Oh boy, here we go. Give me another charisma roll real quick, sir.
Okay.
So I'm not there, remember? Whoa, nice.
Oh, wow,
Wow.
22. That's
Yeah,
a natural 20. Or
so-
a natural 19.
So we are gonna say you actually have been informed on this during your training. This
Okay.
is common knowledge for the region, but it's actually knowledge that is actually shared, widely shared, so that way everyone knows. Okay.
Well, yeah.
There we go. So we're there. All right. So as the night presses on, and the gnomes are eating their food, let me see. What's the percentage of them having enough food, since they are paying? Oh, so low. So if you got trail rations, in which case, if you need trail rations, just put them on your character.
Okay.
You know, so if you guys got trail rations, you guys are going to have to take one out of your food storage resources, because they do not have enough to feed you guys today. They didn't gather enough when getting all the extra help. Which is fine, because they're actually paying you guys. So far, you guys have earned 1 gold piece today.
Ooh.
So,
Are we actually getting paid by the day?
we can say that, yes.
Okay. Okay,
So-
fine.
So
Okay,
you
then
guys-
I am down to 2 days of food.
Okay. The only one who doesn't get the gold piece for the day is going to be Frost Song, because he just joined up.
Okay.
Do either the druid or the barbarian have a sort of survival skills that mean they may have been able to get some food? I can't remember how survival works in this.
The druid does have so Orm does have survival skills, but he has more than enough food.
Okay,
to
no,
last him.
I'm just wondering. I mean, I don't. I'm just wondering because
Typically, the barbarians and the rangers have those kinds of skills.
yeah.
Barbarians
Druids.
especially, but rangers too.
Druids,
Oh, druids
because
too?
Well, druids live in the nature,
That's
Yeah.
that's true.
and it's actually called nature lore. That's exactly what it does.
Yeah, but Deerstalker is what
Probably.
barbarians have, and then rangers have tracking. So
Yes.
yeah.
Mm.
He's probably eating some mushrooms or something off in the corner.
Who, Vareth?
Yeah. No, the druid.
No, he's eating regular food. Nice try, sir. He may be weird, but he ain't that weird. I'm not Radagast Brown in this case.
What? Oh,
All right. So as the night presses on,
when I
real quick, go to trackable resources on the first page. You got 2 weeks worth,
Me?
so you're down to no. I'm talking to Colin.
Oh, okay.
I haven't actually got anything on there. Oh, sorry, you put them on there. Okay, thank you. Cheers.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything on there earlier on.
One.
Yeah.
Up.
When I do finally surface,
Up.
when you
So
let me
the only
finally
the only thing we did not get was water. I'm going to use my nature lore ability to see if, because we are coming near a river, to see if I can find a small puddle to at least get some water.
Aren't we also surrounded by what's left over of the blizzard from the day before? So
Oh yeah, so I wouldn't even need to do that. We could melt the snow and purify it.
yeah.
Yeah,
When-
I would say that would be, yeah. The druid would know how to do that.
if you do finally let me surface, I'm going to be quite interested in.
I'm going to say it's been long enough, so your lyre is actually completely
Right, yeah.
fixed.
Well, no, yeah, it's fine. No, I mean, hello. When I'm introduced to Frost Song, I'm going to be quite interested in. Do I have heard of King Albrecht? Or does my knowledge not stretch that far north?
You know what? We're gonna say because he's gonna. I let me get your modifiers for you. I'm gonna allow you to make this roll to see if you have heard of him from the actual True North. Give me 1 second, because there's actually a list of modifiers I can give you.
All right. Well, I would request again, can I pick up Wisdom of the Ages at some point? But for the moment, we haven't brought that in, so that's not a problem.
Well, your legend lore should be more than enough to
actually, yeah. Okay, no, that's fine. Yeah, great.
Because he is information on barbarians is kind of uncommon. I am going to allow you to make this I'm going to allow you to make this with a CL of 10 difficulty.
Okay.
So, let me take a look at your character. You're using nature lore, so nature lore is charisma.
Yeah. That's actually better than, because I've got...
Right. All right, yeah. So give me a 20 or... I need a result of 20 or better. I will allow it to happen. I will allow you
20?
Yes. Oh, no. I'm sorry. I am totally sorry. I totally screwed that up. 16 or better.
16. Okay.
16. Oh, shit. You made 16. Oh, my God. Wow. That's exactly what you needed. You have heard of King Albrecht from the True North. You heard he's kind of an asshole. Baby. But, I mean, what do you expect from a guy from a tribe that worships Gore, the god of war?
Of the tribe of King Albrecht, a prince, and worshipper of Godelin herself, I see.
Yes. Although I am outcast from the north for what I believe in.
I would be interested in what you would be prepared as for the purpose of adding to my repertoire of stories. I would be interested in any legends, songs, etc., that you have of your people that you would be prepared to let me know. I would.
Well, I don't know too many, but I can help you out a fair bit, I guess.
I wouldn't. I mean, I would be. Your story sounds potentially interesting, but obviously, I wouldn't want to do anything that would actually identify you. But I would certainly be interested in anything you are prepared to let me weave into my tales, and as I say, anything you remember of your myths, legends. That's what I do.
Well, just know that what I tell you is not going to be unbiased like you are with your storytelling. At least I hope you are. That's what skalds are in my land. I will have a certain spin on it because of my experiences, as all storytellers do, but I hope you can appreciate that.
Well, of course, indeed. As I say, I mean, your memory of what you remember, of stories you've heard, is obviously, as everything else, legends, stories change. One of the hardest things we learn as bards, one of the tricks we have to learn, is tricks so that we can actually tell the same story again and again. We have numerous tests and exams to tell the same story. We have tricks so that techniques so that we can. We're almost in automatic. Our mouths are telling part of the story while part of that, while our brains are actually thinking ahead to the next bit. So I fully understand that, of course.
I'm glad you do. Not many people up north understand how stories work, but ever since I started learning about Goldland, I understand a bit more about stories. I'm sure you can appreciate that, at least.
Oh, indeed. I mean, some stories have a great deal of power. At which point his voice suddenly sort of starts having an English accent, sounding rather like Marcus Cole from Babylon 5 talking about King Arthur at this point. Some stories resonate with great power. They have lessons to teach us, even if they are mere stories.
Of course. Now, just so you know, these stories are a bit primitive compared to your more civilized Southerner culture. My people don't trust magic, as you can probably guess. They abide it, but they do not trust it.
That's not necessarily a bad thing. They have learned the lessons of... One thing I have learned from my studies, in my years of travel, different people have different cultures, different ways of living, and different things work for different people.
They really do.
What works for your people in the far north would probably not work for the people of the forest. My people in the woods, in Alpine Wood Forest, in the forest, they would not work for. Probably certainly would not work for the dwarves in their tunnels and halls. So there is nothing wrong with your stories being different and your attitude, your stories and your attitude to life being different. It's what works for you and for your people.
I appreciate that. But he looks around, sees everyone's quiet, listening to this conversation. Perhaps you can play some music to, or wait, and then he sees your lute and how it's broken.
Liar.
No, I fixed it. It's fixed. It's
okay. My bad. So, perhaps you can play some music to light the mood a bit, because everyone is seen to become very quiet.
Charisma roll, please.
I was about to say yes. I can try. I would also say that the lute is not my only way of telling stories and entertaining, but that's good enough this time. Ugh. Well,
but it's the most famous
time?
way that you got. Remember, you got 560 gold pieces just to doing that.
yeah.
You rolled a 15 plus 4.
Yep,
Yeah,
19. Oh, you are definitely serenading the group to the point they actually, the gnomes. Let me see here.
At that point, I may actually be singing in Common, Elvish, and Gnomish, since I speak all three languages.
Wow. Okay. So I'm actually gonna say that everyone does hear you, and the gnomes have actually begun passing out. All the gnomes are asleep, leaving Orm, Mirrodin, Vareth, and Frostsong just tending to the fire. Orm is like coming on down. He says, "Guys, we need to pick who's going to take first watch and get ready because dawn approaches. We have just a little over 8 hours."
Well, I've been traveling most of the day. I don't suppose you three could take over.
Volunteering for the first watch.
Oh, very funny, Vareth, but that's not happening.
Wait, I thought all three of you were going to take watch. Now you want me to? Okay,
Yeah.
let's do this.
You're employed, but you know what? I think we can Frostsong. I think we can make an exception for tonight. So
okay, I appreciate that. And he goes to sleep.
I'm trying to do elves in Castles and Crusades sleep, or is this one of the ones where they
do sleep?
Okay.
Is it for a long? Is it the same human amount, or is it less?
There's no such thing as short rest or long rest in here.
No. I meant like the amount of hours that they sleep. Is it like 4 hours, 8 hours, 2 hours?
It's the same, but anything.
Okay.
if anybody gets anything over 4 hours, regardless of race, if you get over 4 hours, that's counted as enough rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I will.
Generally, the ballpark is 8 hours, is what I say, and then if you get 4 to 6 hours, you're good. But anything under that, you are going to be fatigued for the next morning.
Yeah.
I know. Axe has got a skill, doesn't it? Where you can actually, you don't even need to sleep at all.
Oh, does it? I haven't seen that.
There's something like that where it's a you meditate rather than sleep, and you're still semi-aware or something. If I remember right.
Is that a proficiency that any character can take? Oh, sorry to stop.
I can't remember, but I will take the first watch if you wish to sleep. I've been concentrating and strangely relaxing in some way, even though it's quite fiddly fixing my lyre. So if you wish, I will take the first watch.
All right, yes. I'll take the second. Verith, you'll take last, so that way if anything tries to come at us during sunup, we'll have our best man on guard.
Indeed.
All right.
Does Varith have a bow? I don't know.
No, Verith is only carrying a great
long
axe.
sword or great
sword. No, yeah, or great axe. Great. I said great axe.
Okay.
No, it is a great sword.
Okay, I just was.
Yeah, someone, please attack us.
Good.
Someone's gonna be shoving that great sword somewhere.
I say he's a half elf, isn't he?
Going into a place where the sun doesn't shine.
All right.
Just like the pineapple with Hitler.
During your first watch, what are you gonna do?
I'm just going to be. I may be repeating some stories, getting in if I need to. I'll have the bow out. I may be checking arrows and this sort of thing. But my main focus is basically going to be looking and listening around. I am not going. I will probably be on top of one of the wagons. And not too near the fire because even elves, low light vision can be affected.
Give me a listen check, sir.
I'm so glad I'm an elf for these things. Better.
Oh, nice. Now, real quick, for the line of sight, just give me a wisdom check, sir. Enhanced Senses only does listening, and you only get a +2 for listening. So, yep, this will just be a great wisdom.
I've got Twilight Vision, but that doesn't actually have any. That's just allows me. It doesn't.
Well, if someone's trying to sneak around, they may roll under your 20, but if they roll like if they're stealthy and they stick, you're not going to see someone step on a stick. You're going to hear someone stepping on a stick.
No, I'm just saying. I'm telling you, we've got Twilight Vision, but Twilight Vision doesn't actually have a roll against it. It lets you do something rather than what.
No, it does not. It doesn't even grant a bonus. It just tells you can see in starlight, or if there's a fire, you can see fully fine and distinguish colors.
Yeah.
Just give me a wisdom roll, my friend.
This isn't going to be good. Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all.
Oh, it's not a prop.
Okay. All right. Let's see.
Hold on. Oh no, sorry, it's not. No, it's charisma. Sorry, no, it's not prime.
Oh no, it's not. So that is a failure.
Yeah.
Because it's got to be 18 as the base. All right.
Yeah.
Wow, that sucks. So you're not seeing anything. Let's see. You're not seeing anything that's out there, but you do hear some noises, like the wind. Like it seems like you see a little bit of snow being blown around a little bit. It's kind of a cold night. It's only 21 degrees outside, so you're seeing your breath. And what are you thinking about? What? Tell me what is going through your character's mind as they're staring into the abyss of darkness.
I wish I'd rolled better on my wisdom. Actually, no, because that's wisdom. I'm kind of looking forward to getting to Calandra, and particularly to get into capital. I haven't been this way in several years. I'm trying to remember if there's much of a change, if this looks much different to the last time I was anywhere around this way. So I say, but I'm also sort of trying to give as much attention as I can to what's going on around. I mean, I've travelled enough with others and on my own to actually have a reasonable idea of what I'm supposed to do and how to stop myself falling asleep if I get tired, which I'm probably not at the moment.
Okay. All right. Well, it is Orm's turn. Your time has passed. Orm comes up to you and says, Meriden, you're relieved, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah. You notice in his hand he has a vial. It looks like a vial of water. And he stands up and he says, just try and get some sleep.
That won't be difficult. Thank you.
So, not a problem. I'm going to allow you to see this because he thinks that you're laying down and probably sleeping. So I'm going to allow you to see this if you want. You watch him pull out a vial. And he says, he just swirls it around and he just suddenly says, Vacatio Nebula, and throws up the liquid from it. And you see this liquid of like water start to glow. And it's like time slows down. And then it glows even brighter and bursts into a fog. Just for safety, he actually performed a spell called Call Fog. And what that does, so you guys know, so you know, and anybody else who knows, depending on how long it lasts. So Call Fog is within 30 feet plus 5 feet per level afterwards. So I'm a level 2, so within 40 feet and for 5 minutes, there will be a fog around us that will actually decrease visibility for anyone who's approaching.
Nice.
And let me mark that off because because I just slept, so that was one of my counters for the day. Yeah. Let's just say, Orm likes to make sure he's well protected. So.
Why not?
Right. I mean, you never know what the hell's out here. This is the wilderness. Hell, we've been picked up by storms. Or we've had characters that picked us up and transported us across the land.
Yes.
Crazy.
We've had a character just hang gliding from shields, let's be honest.
Well, also, there was that winter that overcame all of us and transported us to a desert.
Yep.
So, this does obscure all vision by half concealment, so 50% so they only have 50% chance at the sea, and everyone who is going to try and attack us in the middle of the night will take a -4 to all attack rolls and ability checks. However, everyone who attempts to hide, such as you guys have a +4 to all hide checks, which is dexterity based.
Okay, question.
Mm-hmm.
When we are camping, resting, and sleeping,
Mm-hmm.
I'll wake up from that one. What effect are you going to put?
Bless you, sir.
Are you going to say that we sort of take some of our gear off so that lessens our encumbrance, or just?
Well, I assume when you're sleeping, it's safe to assume you're removing that gear, because sleeping in your gear is kind of weird.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's really you're not going to be back. So that may take us down. So that may take us down to enough to lose the encumbrance.
So after the shift, after 5 minutes, the fog disappears and dissipates slowly over time. The spell only lasts 5 minutes, so after 5 minutes, the fog kind of goes away, and Orm begins to look out into the wilderness. Let's see if he at least hears or sees something crazy going on outside. Okay. I'm just gonna roll for this one, so I get a +2 to listen. Also, my enhanced sense is there. That's 4 plus my level. That's 6. My wisdom. Oh, and Jesus. So I got 8. Yes, because I got a +2 to wisdom.
Uh-huh.
And it's prime. And I scored a 12. At 12 even. I rolled a 4.
Hang on.
I rolled a 4, but if it wasn't prime, I would have not made it. So, oh, and then let me do my wisdom check for sight. Oh shit, he sees nothing.
I see nothing.
No, but he hears things as the night goes on. Meanwhile, Vareth, you do awake as it is your turn. What do you do?
First, take a trip behind a tree and relieve myself, and then walk over, pat Orm on the back, and say, "Okay, buddy, my turn."
All right, heading back to bed, and he goes and lays down for the remaining time that you guys are taking shifts, and you notice the sun begin to rise, but as the sun rises, oh god, that scared me. As the sun rises into the sky, you notice that the skies are not clear. It is warming up a bit. It is currently like the equivalent of 35 degrees. That's it. So I mean, you're not like seeing your breath exactly. Maybe the snow's melting a little bit, but you notice that there's a little bit of thunder in the distance.
Oh, boy. Well, I will let people sleep for maybe a little while longer, and judging based upon how... Is the storm heading towards us, or is it going
Oh,
away?
yes. Oh, no, it's heading right for you.
Okay. Well, I'll let people sleep for just a little while longer before I start clapping my hands and yelling out, "Okay, folks, so there's a storm coming. We might want to get things either strapped down."
As you're saying that, a loud clash of thunder and a lightning bolt strikes right in front of your face.
Guys, the storm's here.
You're waking everybody up. I'll let you sleep a little while longer. Never mind, it's here.
Guys, there's a storm. There's a storm here. I think if anyone has anything that they don't want to lose in wind, rain, or anything of that nature, you might want to get it strapped down and put in a waterproof container and wrap up.
So the gnomes begin wrapping up as the rain begins to come.
Yeah, I think Frostsong, he's like, "Oh, just a storm? Okay, I'll just go back to sleep." And then he's like, "No, a big storm!" We're like, "Shit, come on. What are these Southerners used to? Come on, storms are not bad. Come on." Because, like, he's just so of hardy climate. Even though he doesn't have a high constitution, he's used to lots of dangerous weather, like storms constantly in the winter and even in the early autumn. Or late autumn. So he's.
So is Vareth. Vareth is from a mountainous area too.
Are you from the same area?
Abel?
No, he's from the Forbidden Lands where the other orcs live.
Okay, so he's a human from the Forbidden Lands, or a half elf.
No, he's a half elf. No, yeah, his mother was from Helheim. Dad was less than exemplary person and impregnated her and then captured her and made sure he had the baby, but then he got sick of him and kicked him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't as ruthless as they wanted me to be.
So you're half elf, half orc? Or half elf, half human?
Half elf, half human.
Okay.
So are you actually trying to find your people and find your mum, or...
Oh no, his mom's dead.
I'm just wandering around.
Oh, okay. Right, I just wondered.
I have no attachment to Elfheim because I wasn't raised among them. So
You've never been there. Okay.
So he goes. So where does he go? Commonly to the one kingdom that may take him in, even though of his, savagery. But he's not savage. It's that savage. So that's why he was savage, but not savage enough.
I mean, I do get strange looks when I eat food with my bare hands instead of using utensils. But hey,
All right, I need some.
I mean, does everyone use utensils in the South, or is it just like nobles or something?
I mean, I'm gonna leave that up to your imagination. Real quick, I need someone to roll me a d8.
Okay. I shall. Don't roll much.
oh.
Wait, no, that I did it wrong. Sorry, hold on a second.
What's a
Doesn't say
1DD?
I don't know.
It's a null, so it naturally came up as 0. Oh boy.
It's a 4.
That's not just saying the book
You're
what
roughly
elves think about half
so
elves.
you guys are roughly about 4 days out of Elfheim, so I got some bad news for you guys. I will share this bad news after I use the restroom. So give us a 6-minute break, everybody. We're gonna get water, use the restroom, whatever we got to do, and when we're done, we're gonna come back here in 6 minutes, and I'm gonna tell you guys what's gonna happen next.
Yay!
Yay, we're all gonna die, right?
It's a one
Not
shot.
that bad. Not bad. Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. We are back, and there's a storm. And as soon as everyone gets packed up, out of sheer luck, the rain held off right up until that point. And now it is downpouring. It's currently 35 degrees, so it's not freezing rain. The rain is cold, but it's not going to freeze or turn to ice. As you guys begin your journey into the next day, you guys suffered throughout the entire day. Rain. Didn't see hardly anything in sight. Of course, you can't see. Visibility is near... now, it doesn't matter if you have twilight vision, dusk vision. Twilight vision,
sure.
dusk vision, and regular vision are all affected.
Yeah,
the same exact way in this case. So, which means you guys are all seeing the same, like everything is seeing the same right now. It's very, very bad. Winds are picking up. Right now, we have winds between, let me look up, hang on, I'm trying to find something here. Give me a second.
What's the movement rate here? Is it a hex a day, did we say?
Okay, so you guys stopped over in this, whoops, I'm on the wrong thing. Okay, so you guys stopped in this hex. You're now traveling down to this hex, which is day 2. 1,
Okay,
2,
so
3, 4, and then by day 5 you'll be at Calandra.
Okay, yeah, no, that's fine.
The only problem is, at some point, we're going to come across this river in the middle of the rain. Probably not a good idea to try and pass through.
No.
But we have another issue, too. There's so much rain right now. So far, give me 1 second. Let me roll a d20.
Why do I have a feeling he's got something disastrous planned for us?
Okay. Chris, you have very, very low self-esteem, my friend. Very, very low self-esteem thing. Okay.
No, he has very, very low ideas of you being good as a GM when you throw stuff out as like this.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Winds are
No,
blowing.
you're a good GM, Tabletop.
Okay,
I'm just saying,
okay.
like,
Fair enough.
yeah. Anyways.
But winds are blowing well over 13 miles an hour. So there's movement is very, very difficult. Well, a little bit. Not very difficult, but is difficult. I need everybody to give me a dexterity check real quick.
Okay. Luckily, this is Prime.
Oh, oops.
It's not for me, unusually.
And, no, I do not succeed. I got a 6.
Oh,
Bonus to all dexterity checks.
actually, yeah, that's an interesting point. Are we encumbered again?
Well, your normal encumbrance as well, but this dexterity check is for that. So, actually, if I remember correctly, let me check. If I remember correctly, that means you take a -2 to yours.
Oh, because that's what I said. I mean,
Yep. So you needed. So I'm not. You're not. You don't take the -2. I increased your difficulty by +2. Which is still bad for you because you needed.
That mean it would have made it 20.
You needed 18 because it's not prime. You needed 18 as your base. The difficulty for this is a +6, but you have a +8. So you needed a 26 to succeed. You are way off.
No chance.
Yeah,
that's why I would suggest that when we are in the situation that we're in, we will be able to put a lot of stuff on the wagons, which would.
Well, I mean, either way you could do that, but you still failed because
either way I failed it.
Alone to travel is going to be a even if you can take off enough gear to.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
yourself, that's not going to make a difference. You need 18 + 6.
I would.
So you need.
Yeah, I would say no chance.
Yep.
Wasn't even worth rolling. I had no chance.
Adding in that +2 to that difficulty, making it an 8. No. I'm sorry. 18 + 6 is 24. With the gear on, you need 26. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The point is, you didn't make it.
Yeah, I said no chance. No chance unless that 20.
Orm also has the same issue, but he scored an 8. He rolled a 6. +2, that's an 8. So, and he needed dexterity is prime for me. So I needed an 18. I needed a 20, with my
Someone
bear
tried to
friend.
grab him as he gets blown past.
It's just we're not moving. And then
Yeah.
Varith is not encumbered, but he rolled a 4. Okay, so oh wait, I rolled a 6 plus 2, and then I forgot that, so 10. It still doesn't matter. So unfortunately, you guys can't go with the gnomes. Let's see what horses. General horses don't really have a whole lot of. Let's check them out real quick. They have. All right. I'm just looking up general stats for a horse. We'll do light horse.
I would be.
So that'd be a +1, and their stuff is prime. And they still need 18 about no. The wagons are not moving. Nobody can move in this weather. Unfortunately, you guys are going to be remaining in this hex in the wilderness until the storm lets up.
Yeah. I mean, sounds about right in these weather conditions.
So,
I would also suggest that they wouldn't move. That it wouldn't be in their interest to move off if we can't keep up with them because we're the guards.
yes, but it doesn't matter. They rolled. They failed
Yeah.
to roll. So
Yeah. Sure.
All right. So unfortunately for you guys, the storm does not stop for nearly 4 days.
Jeez.
Yep. We're gonna burn through our rations.
Do we at least have like a cave we can retreat to?
You can't move. You're stuck in this hex.
There's no caves in this hex?
It's nothing but plains. I mean, if you can find a cave, can you give me a wisdom check? By the way,
Okay.
visibility. By the way, visibility is shitty by over half. So I'm gonna say.
Could I possibly roll for spot hidden doors?
No, there's no hidden doors in this area.
Okay, so what's the challenge level?
Unless I found
Give me
one.
a second. Give me a second. All right, it's gonna be wisdom, but the challenge level is a +6. So your wisdom is prime, so you need 12 plus. You need 18 or better.
Okay, let's see if I can do it. Damn it! I'm a 16.
No, we're not moving, guys. We need to figure. Okay, so you guys need to figure out how to fortify this area with 5 wagons and not go anywhere for 4 days.
On the plus side, I don't think water's going to be a problem.
I mean, we could always fish as well, so...
Actually, I'm going to say this right now. You guys probably made it to this water, but the problem is this water's probably overflowing because it's going to rain for 4 days.
Yeah.
But there's also ice in there too. So, good news is you're not gonna dehydrate or have lack of water.
Yeah.
So, Orm turns around and says, "We need to find shelter, or at least fortify these wagons somehow to where there's enough room." And one of the gnomes comes back, "Are you crazy? You're supposed to be our guards. We don't have any room for you. We're gnomes. Everything in here is small."
Well, I would suggest that being the gnomes have probably travelled in this sort of weather before, so they're likely to know the best way to arrange their wagons for this weather.
They probably do, given the fact that they probably traveled through weather like this before. They are going to try and intelligently arrange their wagons. Okay.
Could I do deer stalking, which it does give me fine shelter?
Okay. All right. Give me just a second. Let me look that up.
That's a good point. That's why I was playing a barbarian originally.
Alrighty. Give me just a second. Deer stalker. There's no roll for it. Okay. So this is going to be my call with no roll. Let me see how this works. Okay.
I could be mistaken, but I think it just kind of like if you have deer stalker, you can find shelter where it makes sense.
All right. This ability comes naturally to all barbarians, covers a wide range of... the deer stalker is able to forage off the land, finding shelter, food, and water for themselves. Start a fire and determine direction. As long as adequate food, water, and shelter sources are present in the environment. Well, you guys got food. Well, no, it's winter.
I thought it was spring.
What's
I thought it was
up?
spring.
Well, it's
I thought
spring,
it
but
was
there's
spring.
still, but it's transitioning. It's the second day of spring, and we're about to go into
Oh,
third,
okay.
fourth, fifth, and sixth day of spring.
Okay.
So
So it's basically
hey,
barbarian
table.
survival.
Where there's river, there's a fish.
yes, you guys can go fishing, so you can definitely find that. Hang on. Okay, Barbarian can find these resources without need of an attribute check that requires is 1d6 plus 2 hours of hunting, foraging, building, and gathering. Oh, you could build. You know how to build shelter, so you just got to find the right sticks, and like the gnomes are taken care of. So give me a 1d6 roll, sir.
/R 1d6.
Oh, and I forgot to
6.
tell you, it's plus 2 as well. So you got 6 plus 2. Okay, so meanwhile, the gnomes are buttoning down. They turn their wagons into a circle. They begin buttoning down to where they can travel from. They did it in this intricate way. They could travel from. They could check on their goods and wares and stuff by traveling from wagon to wagon without actually getting out. They've been doing this obviously a long freaking time. Meanwhile, you spend the next few hours of this rainstorm. It's not freezing, however, it is going to freeze tonight because the next day is supposed to be under 22 degrees. The next 2 days is going to be between. So as you're looking and building, you notice as the rain is coming down, the rain is turning to ice as the sun is going down, and you know that building this shelter is prevalent. I'm going to see if I can try and boost the range of the shelter, because I do have nature lore. I may be able to find ways to help you build it quicker and to do things better. Let's see. Druids are connected to the forces of nature. They mystically coexist with their environment, gradually becoming a larger part of it. This relationship imparts to them a specialized knowledge of the wilds. A druid can identify plants, animals with perfect accuracy of time, an environment where the druids are trained to currently live at. Oh, nope. Hang on one second. Additionally, druids can find shelter and forage for food. A druid always succeeds in finding basic shelter and enough food for individual sustenance. If the druid wishes to support additional people, they must spend 6 hours hunting and gathering to produce food and water to feed 2d4 of people in a day. Well, we're next to a river. I'm not wasting time. If the druid wishes to feed or shelter a larger group of people, a successful wisdom check is necessary. If successful, an additional 6 hours, and that a third attempt to gather food can be made. A wisdom check of -4, though. Okay, so it looks like I can help you find shelter. So as you're building the shelter,
can I support by exalting?
Oh, okay, all right. So you.
Well, because it says to inspire companions, allowing them to surpass their normal
+2
level of performance.
Well, we're not actually making any attribute checks though.
Right. Okay, no, I'm just wondering. So I was just checking what.
But if you want to raise morale to see if that would act as a bonus to cut down on time, give me a charisma check, sir. I will allow you to do that.
Thanks. I'm sorry. I was just checking.
He ends up breaking another string on his lyre.
Well, I'm not going to be using the lyre because amongst other things in this, whether it won't work, I'm going to be doing something like orating or something similar. But
then the storm takes away your voice.
That wouldn't surprise me at all.
No, unfortunately. Unfortunately, for you, sir, charisma is, or fortunate for you, charisma is your prime, and I did not increase the difficulty. I did not increase the challenge level beyond 0. So a 14 does succeed. You are inspired. So how are you inspiring us to make a quicker shelter?
Takes out pom-poms and starts swinging.
Yeah, damn, the fire point's going out.
You ain't got no alibi. You ugly, motherfucking Storm. You ugly.
Yeah. I will perform the Ballad of the Storm-Tossed. A ballad telling the story of a group of travellers who get stuck in a storm and their extraordinary efforts to find and create shelter and survive the inclement weather.
All right. So as you're telling the story, and with the success of 14, you did shave 2 hours off the entire situation. However, I also, because I did use Nature Lore to find basic shelter, I basically found basic shelter, but he didn't find basic shelter on his own. He did it with the idea of what Verith was doing. So Verith has gathered enough wood to build a basic TP shelter. However, as he was getting ready to build it and he was going out for more wood, Orm came by and began breaking down his wood. Verith did not realize this, but by the time everything came around, so we've already cut it down to about 6 hours, so we cut it down to even 4. 4 hours later, one of the wagons, if not two of the wagons, had all of the wood, and Verith is seeing this, had all the wood underneath, like skirting underneath the trailer. He built it all around there, and inside you see this like little thing move, it like a door. He found like weed, or a form of weed that was strong enough to turn into twine, and was able to make a perfect door. And he says, "Verith, Meriden, Frostsong, why don't you guys get in here?"
Oh, nice.
Get in there.
Yeah. So horse wagons are quite tall. You can sit underneath of them perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And a medium-sized person can fit perfectly fine underneath of them, as long as they're sitting Indian style or laying down. As you guys are getting in, regardless of size, probably some of you guys are laying down. As you guys are getting in, you notice that Orm created a small fire pit and has a small fire going in there to actually warm the place up as soon as you close the door.
Underneath the wagons.
But he's got a circle. He's got a circle. It's dug out, and also he has this great spell called Contain Fire that allows you to contain a fire within a certain ring. He already casted that for the day.
No, I was going. That's great, actually. I mean, but obviously he knows what he's doing.
You don't
What are the chances that I may? What are the chances that I may have found a juicy fat rabbit somewhere while I was hunting for wood?
Oh, you totally found the rabbit. I'm giving that to you.
Hey,
you found a rabbit. Actually, give me a let's add a spin on that.
Maybe he found a buffalo.
Let's add a spin on that, actually.
Or a deer,
or an auroch.
a nice size buck.
Guys, I'm already adding the spin. Just let me get the exact roll here.
Sorry.
Verith needs to give me a wisdom check.
Oh joy, that's not good.
I'm not giving you any penalties for this.
15.
Nice.
But it's not. It's not that.
Prime,
So yeah,
no.
you found a squirrel. Or
Does the deer stalker skill include the ability to skin and
Outdoor survivor skills?
Yeah, it covers a wide range of things. They can do it naturally without a roll.
Okay, now what I'm saying is, so that means then that not only that, but if you've got a third animal, you can keep the skin, which you can then use to make warmer clothing. That's what I'm going for. Yeah, excellent.
But he only got like 1 or 2 squirrels, so.
Oh yeah, no.
No prairie dogs.
I said trust me, a rabbit or a squirrel fur is just one of them tucked in the right place around a collar or something under a hood can actually keep you quite can actually keep the breeze out.
I mean, it's going to be hard to find
Huh.
because the rain is going to for 24 to 48 hours.
Oh,
the
yeah,
rain
yeah,
is
yeah.
going to turn into freezing ice rain, so it'll be very hard to try to even hunt. I will say
no,
this.
no.
I will say this. Vareth, do you share your squirrel with anyone else?
Oh, I will share one with Orm, since I went out to retrieve wood. He ended up building the shelter.
A shelter you didn't even think of building. No, let me ask you a question. I do want to know this. As a player, Chris, did you think that Orm was going to do that? Exactly.
No,
Okay. Did you come up with that idea, or were you just going to build a teepee? Or
I
like a
was-
shelter? Or like a small
I was
shack?
more like a small shack.
Okay.
Can we say-
decent size
Can
enough for all four of us to at least relax in?
Right.
Can we say that Frostsonger is familiar with conies, which are rabbits in the north, and he knows how to cook them and season them really well with little stuff available?
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I imagine that, like, as he grew up, he probably had to, like, survive in the wilderness a fair deal, and he knew how to track down and cook conies to such a degree that they're really tasty.
Well, you're a human, and you know what? You didn't even choose a secondary you didn't even choose a secondary advantage or a secondary skill. Would you like to take cooking as
Yeah,
your
sure.
secondary? All right, I'll add it for you. It's gonna
Thank
be
you.
called. It's gonna be called cooking one. I think it's called. I have a cooking skill. I made it up a while ago. Nobody's taken it since. You
I'm
might
taking
like
it now.
Yeah. There you go. Yes, you are, sir. Let's see if I got this. I call it the culinary skill. I didn't even save it to a PDF. That's weird. Was I finished with it?
You may not have been.
Yeah. We're gonna call it culinary 1. Give me just a second. I'll see what. Give me just a second. I'm gonna close that and see what associated attribute I have with that. I know it's probably gonna be intelligence or wisdom at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so yeah, I'm gonna give you that skill, and we'll mark it a little bit later because we are running out of time here, real quick, for this adventure. So we have to, or at least for today anyway. So we're gonna continue real quick if we want to get any final last things in to prepare. So, all right, Orm is pretty satisfied with the shelter. Because there's no way you guys are gonna move for like 4 days. Oh wow, I didn't even finish it. There's a whole thing with that. But I'll give it to you. And I think you have at least one of the 2 skills. You do. It's gonna be a dual skill thing. So yep, I will at least see what you can do. But yeah, I think it would be safe to say you can cook with very little seasoning and you can get something taste very salty without using actual salt.
Awesome.
Yep, very seasoned. So I'll cover that more a little bit with you a little bit later. All right, so anything else anybody wants to finally do for 4 days of freezing rain? Now 3 days of freezing rain.
Set up stills to capture water.
Okay, yeah. Since you called it, an intelligence check, sir, to see if you can do it.
Damn it.
Otherwise known as get your water. Otherwise, as get your drinking mug, hold it outside for 30 seconds, bring it in.
Oh no, I got a 3, which is a natural 1.
Oh dear.
What did you break?
He broke his cup.
How did you break a metal cup? Most cups in this day and age is like metal.
Oh, it's doable.
What if his cup
Would he
wasn't
even
metal?
have broken something if he rolled a 1, or is that just when he used weapons?
Oh no. A fumble is anything I call it.
Okay.
Something was you broke something trying to make up something. What were you trying to do again? I mean, you're trying to
He's
capture
trying
water.
to
Get stills for water.
What if he broke his water skin?
No, I have 3 days of water in that.
No, he didn't do that. He lost his footing, and he fell into freezing cold water and went underneath the ice. I need a strength check to see if he can swim.
Shit.
Okay.
If he can't, I'll go diving in for him.
Well, did anyone see him fall in? Did anyone hear him fall in?
That's a 13.
All right. I said strength check. That's a dex check.
Oh, my bad. I'll roll it.
Yeah,
I'll roll it
okay.
again.
Okay.
22.
22.
Oh, nice.
All right. You got a 19.
Dirty 20.
All right. Well, you do have to swim against the current, so yeah, 13 was not going to cut it, but a 22 on a... That would have been 12. I would at least made that a 6, so 8. Yeah. So you, as soon as you fall in, you, like, climb to your feet, but you are starting to feel, like you're climbing onto the land, you're starting to feel the immense pressure of hypothermia setting in. I want everyone else to give me a wisdom check to see if we can get to him, and see if we notice him before he freezes to death. Oh, I got a nat 20. I totally heard someone fall in the water.
Nope.
Okay. Wait a minute. Is wisdom? Oh no, it's not. Nope, you didn't hear shit. Give me a Constitution roll for Frost Song. Let's see how well you're withstanding the effects of hypothermia. You are not.
16, not prime.
You are not. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, your hypothermia setting in. Okay, give me a second. Yep. I heard. I asked Mirrodin and Verith, "Do you guys hear anything out there?" I think I heard something.
Not at all.
Some splashing. Okay.
Notice anything.
Orem is going to go outside and check.
I'll check.
Mirrodin
Where's
is
Frost?
Mirrodin is playing his lyre again. It's really loud in here.
Is he really?
Oh, no. No.
Oh, okay.
Play along, so that explains why we don't hear anything.
Oh,
Other
shit,
than you're not paying attention.
Where's...
Yeah, you could just not hear him because like there's so much rain pouring down. That's all you hear.
Yeah, that. Bloody hell.
Technically, this would have been a listen check. So, with a +6, 18.
Oh.
Hang on.
Now you tell us.
Yeah. So, let's see, 2, 4, 6, 5. I didn't say re-roll it, sir.
Oh.
I was just gonna add it to the roll you have there.
Oh, okay.
Yep. No, you still failed.
I'll say that. The
second roll you got it. You're not hearing someone falling in the water. You're hearing someone crawl out and going, "Help! Help!" And Orm's already out from underneath, going, "Oh my god!" Or in my case, "Oh hi!" And he runs you see him running. Mirrodin, Verith doesn't notice anything, but Mirrodin is seeing him run towards Frostsong on the ground.
Yeah, I'll get Val's attention and go out and try and help pull him back in.
Yep. So
You're trying to put me back in the water? Come on, man.
No, back in under the shelter.
So as you guys get in, Orm is going to begin to starting a quick fire, and he is also going to cast his containment spell is casted, so that way the fire cannot spread outside the ring.
Get him out of the wet clothes.
And we begin, hopefully braving the next few days in this small ash.
Meanwhile, I'm suffering from hypothermia.
I was going to say, get him out. Well, I
say we took off your clothes. We took off your armor and got everything off you.
Get him out of the wet clothes. Dry the clothes out.
So Orm quickly removes all his clothes. He only has a hide, this strange hide. He removes the hide and his equipment, and he cuddles right up to Frostsong, because if we heat you up too quickly, it'll shock your system
Yeah.
and possibly
I'm not-
cause
By the way-
convulsions.
By the way,
I'm-
folks, this is a family friendly.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I mean, I would imagine.
I mean,
that-
is it family friendly with all the language and sex that comes into this game?
I would-
I was gonna say, Chris, you woo
family friendly with adult supervision.
I would
PG-13,
imagine.
PG-13, folks.
I'll say I would imagine that absent a ruling from CJ, most of our characters are either used to traveling or are actually used to the wilderness and the rest of it. So we probably would have some basic idea what to do with things like hypothermia.
Yes.
Um,
Anyway, we're done explaining that. All right, I think we're gonna stop it right here because we have to simulate some skip days because unfortunately the weather is too bad to move on. So, yep, this
Hope this doesn't cut into our profits.
well, no, they said
Actually,
they did not. The gnomes did not declare. They say 1 gold piece a day for every day you travel with them. Unfortunately, will it cut into their profits? Yes, but do they have to pay you because you're protecting them? They could still be attacked in the middle of a storm.
Okay, that's
on-
good.
on the plus
Okay, they
side,
can get
If
attacked.
they're
It's just
attacked in the
paying
middle,
us.
if they're attacked in the middle of a storm and we repel them, that's extra money.
Yeah.
I was going to say on the plus side, this what in the storm. So this should actually cover the days where we rolled for possible encounters. So the storm should keep anybody away as well.
Possibly yes. Possibly yes. I'm a dick, so it may keep people away, but it
Well,
won't keep
yeah,
beasts
you
away.
said you said it. I didn't.
Yeah, I don't care. All right. For a one shot, this is lasting more than one session. But
One shots don't have to last a single session, do they? I mean, they just
Yeah, there's multi shots too.
Yeah, I mean, a one shot can last several sessions. It's just the idea is just it's one
It's
and
a
done.
self-contained story. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, this is definitely it. All right, everybody. I think that is it for tonight. Let's. Does anything? Instead of me going around the table real quick and telling you guys to, say goodnight to our audience, I'm gonna still do that. But does anyone got any news to share going on any YouTube channels? Anything you guys want to share to the public?
I mean, I'm still appearing on T-Shirt Historian and Grimm's games they run, and don't quote me if I'm wrong, but I think Grimm is going to run Fabula Ultima this Sunday, and yeah, you can catch me on that or whatever game that he runs.
Okay. All right. Anyone else? Anything at all? Nope.
Not
Okay.
at the moment. I'm just in
Alright,
chats with various places.
Not a problem. So, okay. Well, folks, I'm gonna say this at the very least. Thank you guys for tuning in. I do have some things coming up. Tomorrow is our main adventure of Castles and Crusades. So, happy for that. Please tune in for more Chronicles of Paramoor. Let's see what's happening with our main crew. That mostly includes the only one who's original is Shadow Wolf. Everyone else has been new coming in, so or at least new characters. So we're good there. So yeah. Real quick, Witch King, would you like to say goodnight and anything you want to add to our audience for tuning in?
Yes, hello again. I'm the Witch King of Sombra, and I think finally I will be reviewing Nightbane, which is a long review coming. I'll try to do it tonight, probably at like 9:30, so in about an hour or two. And yeah, if you're interested, come and watch, and that is all. please enjoy the rest of your time tonight, and I hope you had a good time watching.
Yep, definitely. Chris?
Thanks everyone for coming and joining us. You all have a good night now.
All right. And Colin?
Yep, same again. We'll see you tomorrow for Castles, Crusades of one sort or the other. And hopefully next week, Witch King may be doing
Act, but that's not recorded.
It's not. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't realize that. Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I mean I can ask them if they want to record it, but I don't know if they want to.
Oh, okay. So I'm just choosing everything was being live streamed and recorded. Okay, forget that. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, folks. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Forget everything that he just said.
Yeah. Forget everything I said about next week. Hopefully see you all tomorrow for more Castles and Crusades.
And I'd like to say for whoever tuned in, thank you so much. I know I've had people tuning in constantly on this one because I just went up another subscriber. Before yesterday, I was at 232. After I ran the session, this same game yesterday, I went up to 233. I am now at 234. So thank you for who's ever subscribing. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to make it to at least 500. And, of course, I did have a link in here for tips for if you do like it. Please tip me. You don't have to. Just if you feel like a little generous and you're like, hey, let me help this guy out. All tips do go right back into my channel by expanding with other games and equipment that will actually help me get my hands on things a little bit quicker. As well as whatever money I put into this.
If you're going to tip, wait till tomorrow because we get XP if you tip on Castles and Crusades game.
Oh, that is true. Yep. For every dollar, 100 experience points, and I will make it worth their while if you because my goal is trying to make it to $200. I'm at $50 right now. I need 150 more. Whoever tips $150, I will make sure it's worth the while of my crew right here. Well, that's like
you will also give us a +1 to damage per $1 you give to us.
I do not support that advertisement. I did not say that. But I will help advance the story a little bit quicker. And, maybe help with some leveling up. Help buy the crew some of their levels. So
Yeah.
that'll at least be 1,500 points for you guys.
It's getting to the point now where where there's quite a distance between levels.
Yes, because
Yeah,
the higher you go, the more you're gonna need each time.
And it effectively doubles each time, doesn't it? So yeah.
Yep, it does.
That's why most characters don't level up that high because they retire before they get to like 20th level.
Yeah. I mean, I think I'm the highest level, and I'm 6th level. I think
the highest level.
Yeah.
I think that this game, the highest level that the first campaign will achieve is level 15.
Oh, okay.
Well away from that.
Yeah, Shadow Wolf will retire either between level. I imagine him with as much as rogues do level up. I imagine he will at least between 15 because right now he's like what level 6?
6, I believe. Yes.
All
6,
right, so
I think.
I'm thinking level 16 to 17, even 18, is what you'll be at the final stage. Everybody else will be between 15 and 18 as well.
I do have the advantage that by the time I get to that point, everybody else may be dead, and I just be entering slightly getting close, and maybe getting close to middle aged.
Oh, maybe we'll see.
If I survive.
We've only had 1 year of in-game time that passed in that one.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm at level 6, and I'm 12,000 away from level 7. Yep.
So, all right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. I do appreciate it. At the very least, the more subs I get, and the more people that tune in each time I do this, gives me more motivation to keep on going. Like nothing stops me. I love what I do here. I love having my players. I wouldn't be anything without them. So I do thank them. My hat is off to all of you for at least joining and being a part of this crazy, massive adventure of me creating this crazy world. And this is only one continent. If you guys haven't really seen the map too much, which you haven't, There is an island to the south that is essentially shaped like a skull because I had a thing. Well, like when I created that,
Cool.
I had a thing for King Kong and Skull Island. So I wanted an island laid out like a skull.
So
I'll show you guys that at some. Your characters won't. That'll be a complete separate campaign.
I was going to say,
but when you do start, you'll start off with I think it's 3,200 experience points.
wow.
You will make characters that will already have 3,200 experience points, which will effectively be level 3. Or,
Yeah.
depending on
So
your class.
we get down there and we can, and if we're lucky, we've been eaten by a giant ape, and we run across Brie Larson's bum.
There's definitely gonna be dinosaurs there. I will tell. Spoiler alert: dinosaurs, and then some other crazy shit. So, anyone ever seen House of the Dead, where everyone goes to this Hawaii island and everyone's dead? It's gonna be kind of like that too.
I thought it was Dead Island.
Well, there's that. Well, there's a show, sci-fi show that was called House of the Dead, where these kids went on a boat to this island, and there was a house on it, and it turns out they were working with an experiment that actually created zombies. And then, of course, you have as well Dead Island, the video game. So I have a lot of inspiration to how Skull Island's going to be. So that will be probably kind of fun for you guys to play once we wrap up Campaign 1. So I was trying to get a separate group for Campaign 2, but that didn't really pan out too much. So just to see how well that would be, but it didn't really work out. So
these characters might actually get to level 3 by the end of this adventure.
Right. This adventure will be written out in my notes, and this is actually listed under the third campaign, but the third campaign book is all that it really is a bunch of small adventures that actually do, like, the booklet that I'm actually creating for it is literally just a bunch of small adventures that actually have nothing to do with each other. So it's just a bunch of, like, ideas I had, like, you know, a Gnome Caravan, which is also, strangely enough, if you think about it, I think was also an adventure in the original D&D. It just was not published in its own book. It was actually just an adventure seed that was shared in one of the books.
Right.
But I don't know. Gnomes, I can imagine my gnomes would be somewhat similar to that because there is no gnome society.
Were they like? Are they like the gnomes from Pathfinder or something?
At least it's not Ewoks.
So gnomes are blended into other societies. There are gnomes in Garudan. There's gnomes in Evermore. There's gnomes in the region of Solana. There's gonna be there's gnomes in all the towns of the region of Solana. There's gnomes in Elfheim and of course they don't actually have their own direct, like how dwarves have Garudan and the elves have Elfheim and the humans have Evermore and the orcs have the mountains. Gnomes, there's even gnomes in the mountains, but they don't have their own established civilization. They've blended in with other civilizations. Gnomes and halflings both have done that. They are considered a rare species on Aberdeen. I'm not sure if they're gonna remain rare, but they are definitely rare on Aberdeen. Not sure where they come from.
Well, I was saying that I was looking through them because I was actually thinking of maybe, especially since this was Caravan of Gnome, maybe doing a gnome character for this one. I looked them up. They're saying that they tend to living out of away places. From the book, obviously.
Oh yeah,
the book is the book setting rather than what
right.
you're doing.
And I'm doing right, and I have my own campaign setting. So
yeah.
Well,
yeah.
we have drawn this out long enough. So good night, everybody. I hope you guys are enjoying the bit of the lore, a bit of the expanded lore here. That I'm probably going to do more one-shots like this. I'm probably going to do some more one-shots I was working on because we're actually getting into a little bit more of the lore because we actually have time to do that versus if we were doing a real adventure with like real dungeons and stuff.
You should probably do this instead of seeing like campaigns, like multiple campaigns, like so we can try out other games with one-shots.
The idea
before
is
we decide, let's do that game.
Well, maybe we'll see. The biggest part of the story does not develop without the bigger stories. Of course, the world doesn't expand without bigger stories. I'm actually just making smaller stories and a pre-established, with all the other information I pre-established, like Highforge and whatnot, and Calandra.
Yeah.
Although I do need to start focusing on creating, not necessarily stat blocks, but information regarding each city, like what's the population like, how big's the population, and by what the population is like, it's like, okay, this is how big the population is, but who is it mixed with? You know, what's the odds of seeing an orc or a half orc in a city full of maybe nothing but elves and humans and dwarves, or just humans? You know, what's the mix like? So I guess I could get a little bit more than that and have to cook that up. But like, again, that's also what the 6-month hiatus is for, coming up as soon as we're done with the main campaign. Obviously we do have this one shot to fall back on, because I do want to take a break, but then at the same time I do want to finish this up, because it's supposed to be a small story, but we've been dragging it out because unfortunately there's been a lot of issues that I did not account for. A lot of I've accounted for some random encounters, but kind of diving a bit more into the actual core books and some of the expanded books that Troll Lord Games made has brought some ideas of what your characters could face off with. So, with that said, we have the story. So, all right, everyone have a great night, and thank you for tuning in. And to remember to work hard, play hard, and game hard. You guys got a game on, everybody. Catch us tomorrow, 5 o'clock. No, 5:30 o'clock. Eastern time. 4:30 Pacific. No, Central. I don't know anything. It's 5:30 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So, and hopefully tomorrow before we play, I will have my new GM screen, which has 8 panels. I love it. My girlfriend got it for me. She loves me to death. Anyway, have a great night.
All right, folks.
Bye.
Particularly about goblins and kobolds. In which case, why is the image of the gnome a gnome presumably waitress in a bar with an orc and what would appear to be a kobold? Interesting. So if they don't like kobolds, why does he